My name is Kenneth Oduor. I'm a PhD student from the University of Florida. My supervisor is Professor Jose Dube, who is here with me, together with Professor Willis Owino of JKUAT. We are implementing a project in Laikipia, Kenya. The project is funded by Dry Grow Foundation, and we are implementing this project in partnership with Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. Cactus was first introduced in Laikipia in 1945 by colonialists and missionaries. Ideally, they just used this as a fencing material to avoid intruders into their properties. But over time, these invasive species, Opuntia Stricta, spread all over the land, reducing the grazing land and also affecting livestock productivity through their spines. The spread of these species has been attributed to overgrazing, wildlife, for example baboons and elephants, that feed on the fruits and therefore propagate the plant. There are a lot of efforts that have been in place to try to control the spread of this plant. One of it is mechanical control. Ideally, this method involves cutting of the cactus, sometimes uprooting and burning it. But this method is not so effective on a large scale. Organizations such as Laikipia Wildlife Forum have put in a lot of effort to try and use this method and rehabilitate the land. However, to achieve its effectiveness, it requires a lot of labor and a lot of resources. In 2014, there was the introduction of cochineal from South Africa through the initiative of Kabi. And this was first introduced in Oljogi Conservancy. Cochineal is ideally a small insect that feeds on the cactus pods, removing the sap, eventually denying cactus its breath, and it dies off. But the use of cochineal has not been so effective, especially during wet seasons. This is because the rains wash off the insect, and what happens is that the cactus thrives back. And so we thought in our project that we could contribute in our own small way by ensuring that the initiative is sustainable, and therefore we thought of utilizing the biomass from this cactus as a way of engaging the community to be able to control the spread of this plant. And so what have we done so far? We've got initiatives where we are utilizing the cactus biomass to generate biogas. And this actually is as a result of what the community told us, and especially women who have to travel for a long distance to search firewood because of the reduced forest cover associated with the effects of climate change. Additionally, the wildlife are on the loose, and so it is not safe for them to be out there. The use of firewood has also been attributed to respiratory infection, and therefore we thought that utilizing this biomass to generate biogas would not only help to control the spread of this invasive species, but also add value and quality of life to the communities here in Laikipia, Kenya. We've done a number of lab experiments at the University of Florida to try to optimize biogas production from cactus feedstock. And the results are really fascinating. And therefore, this is one way that we can be able to help the community to eradicate or control the spread of this plant. The other initiative that we are doing is using this cactus biomass to produce livestock feed. We also thought of producing livestock pellets from the biomass of this cactus. And this was occasioned because you find that it is so difficult to store the crushed fresh biomass of cactus. But with pellets, this can be stored for a long time, especially offering feed during dry seasons. And so we managed to do that, and now the experiment is going on where we have goats that are receiving pellets together with hay. We've got goats that are receiving only hay, and we have goats that are outside in the range, which is just the normal practice here in Laikipia. So we are trying to compare to see the performance of those goats.
I'm José Dubé, I'm professor of the University of Florida. I'm here today with my friends from Dodo, and this project is funded by Dry Grow Foundation, University of Florida, and JQuat, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. We are here to help improve the livelihood of people in this region by helping them, to use the cactus that is thriving in this region, try to reduce the infestation of this cactus, but at the same time add benefits for the community. So they're getting energy from biogas using the biodigester, and that has helped the women to cook and also reduce deforestation. They're not cutting trees, and also it's good for their health because there is no smoke inside the house. So that has also brought more time for the women to do other activities in the household. We are also trying this project to add other benefits from cacti. And another example is feed for the livestock that they raise in the region. We are trying with Kenneth's project here, is trying to see if cactus pellet is a viable option for feeding animals during the drought. So if all of this work, the idea is to improve the livelihood of the people in the region here and help them to live better using the resource that they have in the region. We have been here for 7 years. We got here back in 2017, and we started the trial also trying to feed cactus to camel. And the dairy camels, actually, when they ate cactus chopped with urea, they double their milk production. So we saw that there is potential of this cactus. We also had a similar project in Madagascar before, where we also fed some of this cactus, the spiny cactus, processed after passing through a crusher to goats. And actually the goats gain more weight when they ate cactus. So we know if you somehow eliminate the spines, there is a treasure under those spines, which is a feed with high energy that can provide better gains to the livestock. There are numerous challenges. First of all, the cactus is spiny, so you need to handle that. And also you need to educate the community about the potential value of that resource that they have. Because some of them think it's just a big problem, but it could, it is a problem, but it could also have some benefits if you know how to deal with that.
Okay, my name is Willis Owino. I'm a professor of food science at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. And we are collaborators in this project on management of invasive cactus in collaboration with the University of Florida and supported by Dry Grow, as Professor Jos has indicated. And one of the other things that we are trying to do in this project is to use the effluent that comes out from the biogas, which has been known to be quite a very rich fertilizer, so as to be able to support kitchen gardens. One of the challenges of this community is the availability of vegetables, and we realize that vegetables is quite rich when it comes to especially nutrients or addressing issues of malnutrition. So what we are doing is that we are developing vertical gardens that are easy to manage, especially by women within the households, and they can be able to harvest this, and then it becomes quite a ready, nutritious source of nutrients, especially to children. And we hope that going forward, as we progressively eradicate the invasive cactus, we'll be able to introduce the good cactus. So mine is just to thank the households. They've been very supportive all along. As Professor Jose has indicated, we've been here for 7 years, and every time really we've really felt welcome. They are dedicated, and it is our desire that we'll be able to realize our vision of managing the invasive cactus, but also improving the livelihoods of the households within this community.
It's such an honor to be here to implement this cactus project. It's been nearly 4 years working with the community here, and I really want to thank them for having welcomed us in this area to conduct this work. Probably just to add on another aspect that we are looking at in this project is the idea that being that this community is pastoral and they depend on livestock for their livelihood, there are some species of grass that probably have disappeared over time. And what we've thought is that probably these species could be hidden within these clusters of cactus. Typically, this variety of cactus is spiny, and therefore livestock cannot be able to access the forage species that are hidden within these clusters. And therefore, through our work, we've been able to identify a lot of forage species that are hidden within these clusters that could potentially inform the future forage improvement. Moving forward, I think we should borrow from countries such as Brazil, countries such as Tunisia and South Africa that have seen the need to have cactus on large scale that can support livestock production. Kenya is more than 80% dry, and these plants can do so well in these areas. They are adapted to these regions. And so it's a gold that we are sitting on. There is a need to change policies. There is a need to introduce the spineless cactus in these regions so that communities such as this where we are can benefit from them. Actually, whatever has been introduced in 2014 is cochineal. And cochineal is typically an insect that has piercing and sucking mouthparts. And it just takes all the sap from cactus, and cactus dies off by itself. But you find that this has been effective probably during dry seasons. But whenever it rains, the cochineal is washed off and the cactus thrives back. And so there is a need to identify sustainable solutions that probably finding uses that community can tap into, utilize this biomass from cactus to benefit them, but in the long run provide a sustainable way of managing it. Probably mine is just to appreciate them being an upcoming scientist, a young scientist who is growing in the profession. Mine is to thank them for their mentorship. For me to stand tall, I have to stand on their shoulders to be able to see far and borrow from the kind of research that they've done before.
Ore tonkarkaji petrolin sarai masaini to loshole lo mayanat kitiene krantomonok na atare tok lo tungana lo ingwa J4 University kijo yo kashe kake kira location ni wale murupusi location o mayanat location kaka yo na gasi ntokitin nena naitishipita yiok oleng. Neyaki sii yiok ilomon lenkare, iltankii, neyaki yiok kitchen garden. Naa ntokitin nena naatareto yiok oleng amu ore apa yiok kira olosho lormaasai iltung'anak oramatisho kidol ele matundai enaa olowuaru lang torrono. Kake keewuo aret yiok toonkulie oitoi apake nemikinteki, nemikiyiolo abaiki. Amu ninye kintumia tookuna gaasi nidolitata tenewueji. Kore kuna tomonok natii tesiadi pooki keeta nena gaasi pooki naa keretito ilo matundai amu ninye kigira aifeedie omodiok oonkishu ang'. Enkima ang' ina taata nikigira aitumia nikiretie nkera ang' amu kore anaa kuna naapuo sukuuli inyiototo oltung'ani niyier haraka tenkaraki ina biogas naa ilo matundai aitumia.
Kaji Veronica Kilwa naing'ua Mepusi Kajo ashe oleng tenkaraki naamponi, kanyor oleng naa kagira abaki amonoki Enkai amu ketareto yiok enaa community, kitodua maendeleo ajo kegira aendelea tiatua community, kitumo enkima, kitumo sii ilomon loltankii, kitumo enkare amu mikiata apa. Kore sii mpuka kisaidia yiok amu mekure apa kinya mpuka, etaa kiyierr taa mpuka, ilo ake olchamba lino niyierr nincho ebaiki latia ino. Kwa hivyo ketareto yiok oleng, kiata enashe, nikiomonoki Enkai meishoo engolon, nitoki aitoki aisho entoki naitoki aisaidia yiok community Enkai metaa kumok.
My name is Richard Legay. I am a community representative of Mayanat. I will say thank you very much for both universities, that's University of Florida and JQuat, and also for Ken, who is the principal investigator of this research. Mine is to say thank you very much for the research. The research is we are actually seeing the result of the research. As the professor said that this project started 2017, we have seen the research of camel research, the production of milk, and now the women you see behind are really benefiting from this research. All of them have biogas, and the purpose of this biogas is trying to use the cactus to see the benefits of cactus other than eradicating. Number two, they are also getting support from them. They have water tanks, they have beehives, they have so they are using all ways to make sure that this plant can be useful. On behalf of the community, we welcome researchers, because actually researchers can be a vital tool to identify problems and solve problems. So for those few remarks, I would say thank you very much. Guys, you are welcome all the time. Let's work together, and I'm sure after working together, we will find very good results that can help community to prosper. Thank you.